everybody.
Good morning, our teacher.
Sit down, please. I'm very glad to see you. How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, good. And now let's start our lesson, warming up. And now I say what I like, and you should say I like it too or don't like, okay? Okay, let's start. I like chocolate.
I like it too.
I like English.
I like it too.
I like school number 24.
I like it too.
I like reading books.
I like it too.
I like listening to songs.
I like it too.
Yes, it's perfect. And now we listen a song written by a famous Kazakh writer. Listen to the song. And now answer my question. How do you sing? Who wrote this song? Okay, please, your answers. Asya? Yes, it's right. A famous writer, a famous Kazakh writer, Abay Kunanbay. Our theme, Abay Kunanbay, a famous Kazakh writer. And now, how do you think, what will you do at the lesson today? What will you learn today? Okay, Anya, please, how do you think?
I think it's to use new words for discussion and learning.
Yes, it's right, maybe. Okay, thank you. Sit down. And now, please, Asiem, how do you think?
Maybe to analyze some information.
Светлана Александровна, готов? Okay, Sasha, please.
I think to work with information.
Yes, maybe. Sit down. Okay, and now, let's watch lesson objectives. We are learning to identify the theme, new words, and use them as a basis for discussion. The next, transfer information from the given information into a mental map. And the third, select and synthesize information for an oral presentation. Хорошо? Все, да? Okay, and now we work in groups. And now strategy is a mental map. You should read the text and make your poster mental map. But before doing this task, you should listen descriptors. The first, identify key phrases and use them as a basis for discussion. Transfer information from the given information into a mental map and identify the correct answer. Select and synthesize information for an oral presentation.
Abay Kunanbayev is one of the Kazakhstan's best-known writers. He was a philosopher, translator, and composer. He was born in Chingiz Mountains 1845 near Semipalatinsk. For his secondary education, he went to a religion school where he studied orbited classical literature. He also learned a number of languages, Russian, Arabic, and Persian, and read Russian authors such as Turgenev, Tolstoy, Pushkin. Abay had a number of talents. He was started writing poems when he was only 12.
In fact, the first poem he wrote in his own name was summer when he was 31. Like many of his poems, it was about Kazakhstan and its people. Abay also translated a number of poems from some of the great European poets, such as Goethe, Byron, and Pushkin, Russian poets. His translation of Eugene Onegin was one of 50 classical Russian works of literature. He translated into Kazakh. His most famous work, The Book of Words, is not a fictional story, is about his philosophical thoughts about Kazakh life. He died in 1904.
Okay, so.
From the moment a newborn child comes into this world, it has two basic needs. One is for food, drink, and sleep. Without this, the body cannot become home for the soul because it will not get stronger and will not grow. And the other need is desire to learn. Children are curious about every single things they see and hear, and a person finds their place in the world by learning and trying to understand the secrets of nature. Desire for knowledge makes people different from animals.
Why do people forget about the needs of the soul as they age? Only the mind can see the invisible. But now people know better animals who also the sea world and don't understand it.
The task of our group is to find out the differences and common from the poem Winter by Abay Kunanbayev. It was translated into Russian by Всеволод Рождественский and English version by Dorian Rothenberg.
After knowing we have found the differences are Grandad Winter, grumpy old Harold, Blizzard, on his shaggy head, all the world in his hold.
Our common is white-coated, broad-shouldered, blind and dumb, with a great big silvery brain, a cloud for a head, snow and cold, everything living hated and feared, blows on his frown on his brow.
In the conclusion, we can say that in the old translations, the writers could keep the originality of the poem.
Okay, boys and girls, after doing all exercises, it's time for feedback. And now look at the board and read the question and answer. Your answer you give after put on hats. Okay, how can you use today's learning in different subjects?
We can use it as lessons of Kazakh and Russian literature.
Ilya?
I have learned about the seventh word in the English translation, the poem Winter.
Okay, right, sit down. What were the weaknesses of your work?
I think that we shall extend vocabulary.
How much progress have you made at this lesson?
I learned some of the works of Abay Kunanbayev
and also his biography. I learned the verse of Bалтабаева in 2 different languages, and also I can look for differences and common in verses.
Okay, thank you. Sit down.